there to the start as George Jove comes down onto the line for the first 25-minute heat. Rudy van Leuven there. Number 3, Dirt Gherkins. There's Lyles, number 5, as the crowd wait for the 30-second board to go up to herald the start of this first race. 5-second board is there, the gate drops and away they go, up for the first time into the tunnel. Jove it is. Lyles was also there beside him, but Jove, the defending champion, so far in the lead on the start of this first moto. But it's now Lyles, Jove down into second, and that's Jeremy Watley, number 12, the British rider who finished 4th on the podium here last year, in 3rd. David Thorpe was there in 4th as the rest come through, and Kurt Nickel, no sign. Oh, and there he is. Nickel got hooked up on the start gate. We're bound to have some controversy over that. Nickel's gate apparently didn't drop, but Lyles it is. In the lead, Jove second, and Watley, to the delight of the crowd, hanging on there in the Action Workshop machine to 3rd place. Thorpe was behind him. Number 17, Schmetz, has just gone through, but it's Lyles from Jove, from Watley and Thorpe. Maybe this is the comeback that they've all been waiting for from the former multi-world champion David Thorpe. Gherkins number 3. There's Warren Edwards. That's the second of the Action Workshop crew. We've got Action Workshop leading, Action Workshop 3rd, and the Apprentice in the 500 series this year. Young Warren Edwards is in a good position at the moment. Up the hill they go. It's Lyles at the front. The Georgian-born American who led a race here last year on then riding Kawasaki's until the machine expired and dropped him out of the points, but he's making up for it this year. He's in the lead in Moto 1. Look at Watley, listen to the crowd, they are going bananas. He did it here last year, he got into second in 2 of the races, just only 2 last year, the new format of 3 25-minute plus 2-lap races for 1992, and already they're talking about maybe changing that to 30 minutes plus the 2 laps. But look at Watley, listen to the crowd. This maybe is the start of something good for Jeremy Watley. Injuries have denied him better positions over the last couple of previous Grand Prix, but Watley has got his head on here today. Thorpe goes through the whoops. Schmetz, number 17, chases him. We're looking back, that looks like Anstey going through. Mervyn Anstey, another one of the British riders, so they really are having a good day here at their home Grand Prix. Number 11, Johan Boonen on the Kawasaki, he goes through. And we heard in the background momentarily there, the Husqvarna of Jackie Martins. There just on the left, that's Paul Wong, one of Kurt Nickel's mechanics, as they charge up the hill. Famous Hawkstone Hill, into the sandhole once again. Jove chasing Lyles, and there Watley on the second of the HRC Eric Gabor's engines. That's Mr. Johnson there with Rebecca Lyles, that's Billy Lyles' wife. Deep in discussion, and Nickel has decided to call it a day. He actually got up to 12th position, then crashed, and there will no doubt be some controversy regarding that start gate. But Lyles it is. Jove both dropping into the sandhole together. The American coming back after a slow start to this year's Grand Prix, and you remember that the year before last was leading the world class when he crashed and injured himself quite badly with a broken leg, and that ruined his chances. Last year was a very up and down season for him, but this year things are certainly coming together for Lyles. Dirt Gherkins on the podium here last year in first overall position. Johan Boonen, number 11, on the Kawasaki, and we're back at the front once again with Billy Lyles, number 5. Jove seems not at the moment to have an answer to the fast charging American, but Watley, you can hear him coming. 2 laps to go. The British rider heralded on. Schmetz, Joel Schmetz there. Thorpe beginning to fall back just a little bit now into the clutches of Gherkins and Boonen. 111 here, the Swede Jürgen Nielsen, and he's settling down quite comfortably at the moment, but none so more than this man. Out front, number 5, Lyles, riding the Action Workshop Johnsons, backed HRC engined Honda. Watley still there in 3rd place, looking at 15 points, 1 lap to go. Motorcycle News banner there in the background, above the bridge. There's Boonen, number 11. He's still up there in the points and charging hard. Circuit conditions now, as always. And there's Gerard Smith, number 19. We say conditions beginning to rough up a little bit on the track. Here comes Lyles and takes the checkered flag. Jobay then finished in second. Watley came home in third. Nicholas, we said, retired. There's Schmetz in fourth, number 17 on the blue Honda. And behind that group, well, let's see who's it going to be. It could well have been Gerard Smith. We'll check our point scoring here, but there's your top three on the podium. As the riders line up, there is Jackie Martins, number 2 there in the world last year, riding the 4-stroke Husqvarna. As the 5-second board goes up, the gate drops, and here they go again. He too, up the start hill, into the corner, into the tunnel. This is where you can either make it or break it. Into that first right-hand corner, which has traditionally always been a popular place with the crowd, because you do tend to get one or two riders falling over each other. It's Lyles that leads, Jobay in second. Through the whoops, Lyles. That looked like Warren Edwards in third. The apprenticed Action Workshop young rider coming up from last year's 250 ranks into this year's 500 ranks. As we look at the rest of the team go through, as you can see, very technical, those whoops. Everybody's made it through quite safely, but it's Lyles, Jobay, and that looks very much like Nickel now. Yes, indeed, Nickel, Kurt Nickel, the British rider. On number 9, the Austrian KTM into third. So Nickel will be a lot happier with this start. Complaining bitterly about the gate to the jury here, but so far no action has been taken. But it's Nickel looking for a better point. He's going for Jobay on the inside to the delight of the Parisian crowd. Nickel going after Jobay. Jobay hangs on. Well, I can assure you that the British fans here will be well and truly right behind Nickel. But at the moment, it's the American Lyles leading for the second time today. And he's under pressure from the defending champion. Jobay goes into the lead. They head for the uphill jump. That's the road section where you cross the track to get to the trade stands. But Lyles comes back. Billy Lyles on the identical HRC machine. Pulls up. Well, we lost somebody there. 78 it was that went back to the paddock. Obviously some kind of problem. It was Franco Rossi, didn't finish the first outing either, so Rossi not a happy man. But at the moment, there's one that's a little happier than he was before. Kurt Nickel, the leader. Number 5, it's Lyles up the hill. And look at Boonen. The Belgium Johan Boonen, number 11 on the Kawasaki, has taken second from Jobay. So Boonen has found some speed from somewhere, and he's found even more because he's now taken the lead. It's Lyles in second, Jobay there in third. Here's fourth place man Jeremy Watley, fifth now for Nickel. So Nickel has obviously made a mistake somewhere out of our vision. We look behind them and there's the 4-stroke, the Husqvarna of Jackie Martins, number 2. And look at this, there is a young man that's really setting everybody alight. That's young Jason Higgs, the youngest rider ever to have qualified for a 500 World Grand Prix. Did it 2 weeks ago at the tender age of 18 on that day. But Boonen has now dropped back into second place. We're looking here now at Jobay, still occupying third, and it seems to be a lonely third for the defending champion. Looking back, there is Watley, there is Nickel, the 2 British riders together, 4th and 5th, and Martins is there in 6th position. Jackie Martins, what a sensational ride on the 4-stroke. So the checkered flag went out, and it's a kiss from Rebecca to Billy. 20 points, a hug from the Johnson's backers, and there you are, the top 3. It's Lyles, Boonen and Jobay. They come down onto the line then for the third and final heat of the day. Martins there having just a little bit of a problem getting that Husqvarna fired up. Not unusual for 4-strokes to be a bit difficult to start, but certainly Martins, a former KTM rider last year when he finished second in the World Class Championship, and now on 4-strokes. Maybe this will be the last year that we see Jackie in the 500cc Championship. Let's hope not, because certainly today he's debuting the 4-stroke and doing a wonderful job of it. 30-second board, the 5-second board spins around. Lyles, you see the back of him there, number 5. The gate will drop. It does. There's Jobay on the inside. Number 1, they go up that hill into that first corner, and it's a brave cameraman that stands there. through they go. Fourth gear. A great big handful on these 500s. They really are motoring, and it's Lyles. Goes into the whoops in the lead for the third time. Jobay in second for the third time. There was Boonen behind that group in about 6. Well, they're all safely through, and look at this. It's Anstey, the bike sport Honda rider. Mervyn Anstey, the Brit, gone into the lead. He came from nowhere through the back part of the circuit, and he's taken the run in at the moment, but I'm sure Lyles won't let him stay there for too long, and he doesn't. Lyles goes into the lead. Anstey now into second, but still a great start from the young Mervyn Anstey from Ringwood in Hampshire. Anstey, as I say, on the bike sport Honda. Really, he's a privateer more so than a factory rider now for Anstey. And sadly, David Thorpe, suffering with that back injury picked up a few weeks ago, retiring here from Heat 3. 56 also goes back to the paddock with him. That's Eric Delanoy, and another retirement here. It looks like 78. If that's the case, it's Franco Rossi. Well, Rossi's not had the best of Hawkstone Parks here this year. And look at Martins. Where did he come from on the four-stroke? Martins has gone into the lead. Now, how many years is it since you saw a four-stroke lead in a 500 world-class championship race? Unbelievable stuff. Schmetz going through. There's Gerard Smith, number 19, but this really is drama at the front. Number 14 charging very hard there, Ronnie Ulsterrad. And here is Lyles. Where's the four-stroke? There he is. Martins has got Jobay behind him. And there is Nicol in fourth. Kurt Nicol just not seem to be able to get on the pace today. He's going as quick as everybody else, but just doesn't seem to have that little bit extra to get past. But fourth position, can't be too unhappy with that. There's Schmetz, number 17 on that very distinctive blue Honda. Looking back through the park, there is Jeremy Watley, number 12. He's had a good day here, and if he finishes where he is now, that could take him to third overall. But look at this. It's Martins once again challenging for the lead. Husqvarna, the Swedish four-stroke machine. Listen to the mellow bellow as it roars up the Hawkstone Hill. Wonderful stuff this is. Jobay, number 1, the defending champ, now has Martins behind him, so Jobay's beginning to put on a bit of a sprint. Wonderful shot here of the Hawkstone Park circuit, reckoned to be some as the most grueling circuit in the world. Jeremy Watley, the Johnson's Action Workshop man, third in the first race, fourth in the second race. Very gnarly and whoopie-dooey. They come through. We're looking at each rider. There's Gherkins, number 3. Gherkins, the overall winner here last year, but Lyles takes the win. 3 out of 3 for Billy Lyles. Surely that's got to make him really smile. Wife Rebecca gets a hug. So does Mr. Johnson's get a hug. But there you are, the top 3 from race 3. So it's Lyles then, Schmetz and Jobay.